Welcome to Contacts. In this lesson, we're going to show how to appoint yourself or to get yourself appointed as the registered representative of a company. In our previous lesson, we showed how to add a company to your e-filing profile. But the problem is that if you add the company to your e-filing profile and you're not appointed by the Revenue Authority, meaning SARS, as the registered representative of the company, you won't be able to activate the tax types and see what's going on or even file returns for that specific company. So in this lesson, we're going to show how to submit your documentation for SARS to appoint you as the registered representative. Now, of course, this is not the only way to do that. You may go to SARS yourself, walk in and submit all the documentation, and you will be appointed on the same day. At least that's the experience of a few directors who have gone there individually. Otherwise, if you submit the supporting documents in this specific manner, you will have to wait for approximately 21 days, although time seems to vary. Sometimes it comes out in less than a week, sometimes it takes 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes even more than that, 21 days. So it's just a waiting game for you to get a response from them to appoint you as the registered representative. And once you are appointed, you can go back and activate the tax types as we showed in the previous video. So where do we go to upload these documents, or where do we go to request to be appointed as the registered representative with SARS? Well, you go to sars.gov.za. So that's what I'm going to type here, sars.gov.za. And once we are here, we're just going to scroll down a bit and you will see where it's written SARS Online Query System. And that's what you want to press. And then it brings us to this page where it gives us a few options. So you can see from the first option, request your tax number, submit supporting documents, and so forth. But we want to register a representative, meaning we want to appoint someone to be the registered representative of this company who will be in charge for all tax affairs according to SARS for this company, and you will have access to all the rights of the company. So we click on register a representative, and what you'll see is that it has opened a new tab for me here, and you can see the query type is written here, request to be updated as the registered representative. Now it's important, of course, that these details that you're going to put here is for the individual who is to be appointed as the registered representative. This might be a director, or it might be an accountant of the company, or it might be someone who handles the affairs of the company, an HR manager. It could be anyone, as long as it's someone who is trusted by the company to handle all affairs, because they will have all the rights and privileges to handle the tax affairs. They will have the right to transfer the tax type to a tax practitioner, for instance, or to someone else, and they can also revoke that right, meaning remove whoever has access to the file whenever it's necessary. So this is usually the director or any other person that you would like to appoint. Okay, so you can see all the details that we have to fill in here in order for us to be appointed as the registered representative. But before we fill in these details, just want to scroll down here and show you what documents do you need to submit for you to be appointed as the registered representative, or at least for you to upload the documents and also get an approval, because sometimes you'll upload the documents or you will miss one document or upload an incorrect document. And what you'll find is that you'll be waiting for 2 or 3 weeks and you get an outcome that it's been rejected because you didn't submit specific supporting documents. So you want to make sure that you have submitted the correct documentation as required by SARS. So I will click here on documents. And then once I've done that, you can see here we've got upload tips, we've got document requirements, and done. But we're going to click on document requirements and you'll see exactly what they want in order for you to be appointed as the registered representative. And so you can see here the person who is to be appointed as the registered representative needs to have these details ready, or these documents ready for submission. The first one is a document to confirm the individual's appointment as the registered representative of the entity. And so this is a document, especially if you're not the director, where you've got the power of attorney that is signed by the director saying we are appointing this person as the registered representative of the company. Without this document, you can't just appoint yourself as the registered representative. SARS needs to know that this person has the right to be appointed as the registered representative. And so I can't just go and appoint myself as a registered representative of a company that I am not related to or for no reason. And so I have to get the power of attorney for me to do that. And so this is the document that you will need. The second one is the identity document of the individual to be registered. And so you need to submit your ID copy or your passport copy or whatever the case may be for you. And then the third one is an image taken on the day that the request is submitted, clearly showing the individual in question holding up a copy of their ID document and a note that reads, update my details. And so what do you need here? Of course, you need to take a picture of yourself holding your ID copy. Everything needs to be very clear. And a note that is written, update my details. We usually prefer using a blank A4 paper and just writing the update my details the information on the ID copy and the paper where you have written update my details have to be clear enough to be seen. It can't be blurry where you can't see some of the information. That's one of the reasons for rejection sometimes. And then the last one you want here is a copy of your proof of residential address. So remember, all these are documents for the person who is to be appointed as the registered representative, and not necessarily the director's document. So for instance, if the director is not being appointed as the registered representative, the person who's to be appointed as the registered representative, let's say it's the admin of the company, the person who's managing all the affairs of the company internally, then you will need all these details for that specific individual and not for the director. Unless the director is being appointed as the registered representative, then all these details will be for the director. I hope that has made sense. Now we can go back and fill in our details. So I'm going to click OK, click on done here, and then I will put in my details here. Okay. Firstly, we want to say what is the capacity of the person being appointed as the registered representative. Is this person a treasurer? Is the curator, a liquidator, a main partner, main trustee, public officer, main member, parent or guardian, or accounting officer? And so you'll have to select whatever is relevant to that particular person. If it's a director, for instance, you will select main member, or you'll select public officer, and that would be fine. All right, so I'm going to select here public officer, and then what is the name of the entity? What is the company details? So here where it's written entity details, I'm going to put the company details. All right, the first one here we're going to put is the name of the company. So what you'd want to do is to get the registration document of the company, which is usually called the CK document or core 14.3, and it has all these details that you would need. So you're going to put all the details that appear on that document, the registration document or the CK document, as it is. All right, so you're just going to either copy and paste or make sure that you capture everything correctly. So I'm going to put the name of the company here, and then once I've done that, I need to select the type. What is it? Am I registering to be appointed as a representative of an individual, of a company, of a trust, or other, or large business center, or whatever it is? So what I'm doing is for a company, so I'm going to select company there, and then as soon as I select that, you can see what comes up. The details have changed. Now it requires me to put the income tax number of the company and the company registration number. So I'm going to do just that. The income tax number of the company is the one that starts with the digit 9. All right, this is for a company. So you want to look for that. If it doesn't appear in that registration document, you might request the registration documents again from CIPC, and it will have that income tax number there. Otherwise, you can log into Biz Portal and look up what the income tax number is. I know some registration documents don't have the income tax number appearing on the CK document, but if you request the registration documents from CIPC or from Biz Portal, and when it comes to the email, it will have the income tax number. Otherwise, you can check on Biz Portal as well. So once we put in our income tax number, we just need to put in our company registration number. It's the one that begins with the year, and then it's got a stroke, and then it's got some digits, and then a stroke, and then 07, usually if you're dealing with a company here. So I'm going to put that here. Now that I've put in all the company details, I just need to scroll down and put the representative contact details. Now, these details are for the person who is being appointed as the registered representative. So remember, this is the details for the person to be appointed, and remember the documents that you're going to upload are for the same person who is being appointed. So I'm going to select here Mr. because this is the person who's being appointed, and then I'm going to put their initials, their name, their surname, their email address, phone number, and then we'll move on from there. So let me put in these details: initials, then we have name, then surname, and then I put in the email address here, very important, and then the phone number, and then you can put the telephone number if you wish to, but I've put the mobile number here, and then representative additional details. Now I need to put the income tax number of the person to be registered as the representative, very important, not the company income tax number, because we've already done that above under the entity details, but here we are putting in the income tax number of the person to be appointed as the registered representative, so you need that detail. And we're also going to put the ID number of the individual. If they're not using a South African ID, then you can also select passport number and put the passport number over here. So let's put in the income tax number and the ID number. Now that I've put in on my details, as long as I've put them correctly, all I need to do is to add the documents. I'm going to click on add documents, and then I'm going to upload the documents one by one. So I've already put them in a folder. I know what documents I need to submit, so I'm just going to select them one by one. So I'm going to click on select, and it will take me to my folders, and I need to know where I've put in these documents, and then I just need to select it. I'm going to select the documents one by one. I've selected the first one, so I need to select the rest. until I've selected all of them and uploaded them. Now, if you're struggling to upload the documents, you can click on upload tips and it will tell you what the requirements are for uploading the documents, and you'll follow that. But otherwise, if you've uploaded all the documents, all you need to click on is done, and it will show you here add documents. You can see it's got the number of documents I've already uploaded. Once I've put in all my details correctly and I've double checked and I've put the correct documents in, all I need to do is to press submit. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do since I've put all my details in. So I'm going to click on submit. Of course, it gives me the captcha, so I need to put in the captcha before I validate, and then make sure I receive the message that it's been submitted. And then once I click on validate, you can see the query is being processed, and all I want to see is that the documents have been submitted, and the person who is being appointed as the registered representative, if it's you, you will receive an email to that effect as well, that you've submitted. And you can see here it says thank you for your submission, correspondence will be issued shortly. So you will receive an email confirming that you have submitted the documents to be appointed as the registered representative, and all you need to now do is to wait for you to be appointed as the registered representative. Hopefully you receive an email telling you the outcome. Otherwise, you can use the case number to contact SARS and ask them to give you feedback on the status of your application to be appointed. And this is usually after 21 days because they tell you to wait for that period before you can query. Otherwise, hope all goes well. If you require any assistance, we are registered tax practitioners. You can visit us at countats.com or contact us on our contact details provided in the description below or on our website. Hope this was helpful. Till next time. Cheers.